in the scientific literature, it has been established that every disease has a scent, and many research has been conducted and established this, that the disease metabolism release volatile organic compounds through the skin, for example, or other fluid, biologic fluid, and represent a unique chemical fingerprint. So our objective is to identify this molecular signature of the disease with, thanks to our SkinVox sampling device. We are collecting in hospitals patients with skin disease, skin cancers, and subjects without skin cancers in order to identify these biomarkers, and then these biomarkers will be functionalized into our nanosensors in order to design our electronic nose for early cancer detection. We take the sample at the surface of the skin by putting this sampling device on the surface of the skin. We fix it with this fixing system. We keep it 15 to 20 minutes in the waiting room, and when the patient is in front of his physician, the physician will take the sample device and he will put it on the machine in order to obtain an instant result.
Can you detail on how AI works in this detection process?
So we are collecting data in order to identify biomarkers, and these biomarkers are filled in the database. So the AI will train a machine learning training models in order to train our nanosensors to be more specific to identify these cancers. So we are going to start with the skin cancer, and we are going to extend our technology to other deep-seated cancers. So the AI will help us to specify which cancer it is. Dogs are able to detect if we are ill or not. So they are able to detect and to smell the smell of disease. Okay. So what we are doing is doing the same thing than dogs, but with the electronic device.
Great.
Now, and what we are going is to dedicate our device to general practitioners that are first in line with the patients, and especially in patients at risk of cancer. It's a non-invasive method, easy to implement, and gives instant results. Okay. We are fighting against delay of diagnosis, because in cancer, when symptoms are here, it's too late.
I'm a radiologist, so I was trained in Morocco. And during my training, I realized that there is a lack of skill even amongst trained operators. Obstetricians sometimes are struggling to analyze images from fetal ultrasounds. A general practitioner, a GP, has to see pregnant women as well. So why not, democratize the access to this skill? Our technology is focused on fetal ultrasound. Actually, our whole technology is about the automation of generating reports from fetal ultrasound scans, which would allow physicians to go faster in their process and would allow potentially mothers scan themselves at home. The doctor has to measure the head of the baby and the abdomen of the baby. It usually takes around 5 minutes to do that for a physician, trained operators. With our technology, we calculated that we can take that down from 5 minutes down to 14 seconds. For example, we're currently working with the Moroccan Ministry of Health, and the problem they have is that they have the machines, but they don't have the physicians, the doctors. So what we did with them is that we are training midwives and nurses who are not physicians, who are not trained to do ultrasound. We train them in under an hour, show them how to scan, and then they send the video recording of the exam to our software, which analyzes it and sends back a report. Because an API call is a few cents of dollars, right? So to use an API, it costs around 50 cents to 60 cents for one analysis, while when you go to a doctor in the US, at least it's around $250 for the entire scans. Our goal is to reduce the price of scans in the US down to $10.
this flow modulation stent that we like to call is not designed, it's designed for half of the population of heart failure. There are two main types of heart failure. One that is called heart failure with reduced ejection fraction. This device would not work. It would actually maybe make the problem worse because we're limiting the passage of blood flow. But it has been shown in recent studies that for the other type of heart failure called heart failure with preserved ejection fraction, increasing the blood pressure in the aorta, or the largest artery of the body, actually helps the patient. And the stent is placed and positioned in this area, right, this strategic area right here. And the stent acts like, kind of like a dam in a river. The stent is in my hand, it's the size approximately of my thumb. So it's made of nitinol, which is a shape memory alloy, and it's also made of EPTFE. For a huge population of people who suffer from heart failure, this does the job of what an artificial heart pump does at 20% the cost. And it doesn't require any battery, no recharging, no replacement of the batteries every 12 hours. I learned that the kidneys have such a huge role in the progression of heart failure, and that if I give enough blood to the kidneys, then I will be able to solve the heart failure problem to an important extent. This stent is projected to cost approximately $20,000. Including the operation, it would cost approximately $35,000. But an artificial heart pump currently in the US costs around $200,000, including the operation. So we're looking at reducing the cost by approximately 5-fold.